Good morning. Um, well, it's almost noon, so I'm not exactly sure. Nope, it isn't. It is noon. Sorry. Good afternoon. Um, it's been a while since I put a clip on the Opinions Plus channel, and I want to thank Alex for his asking where the any new clips have been, where his grandfather been um, off the grid. Um, Frankly, I've never been on the grid, but I was off the grid. The But it's important, whether anybody looks at this or not. It's important for me to do it. It's important for me to try to articulate, and I underscore the word try. Um, I don't get out as much as I should to associate and develop the skills that I need to propagate a channel like this. But I think I'm moving in that direction. It's just been a slow go. The With the coronavirus and the disease that hit me, and the surgeries and all the other things that kind of put a crimp in my um, emotional um, desire to be out and about. Um, it's it takes time. And I guess the older I get, the more time it takes, I suppose. I really don't know the answer to that, but I've been thinking about the channel for quite a while. Um, and again, I know everybody says to keep it short, and I will do that this time because my main concern and for the future is that I may start to develop. I was trying to be neutral in the foundational issues because foundational issues are primarily neutral issues. Um, but it's not so clear to people, it seems to me, what foundations mean. They talk about, build your house on a good, solid foundation. Well, that's true. But some people build their house on a good, solid foundation, but build it in a swamp. And, that's part of the considerations when you do these things is to look at the entire, as far as you can, um, where you're going to build that house. Where are you going to build you, especially the young. Uh, Youth has to understand in this day and age how important it is. And it's just not the climate issues. It's, because there are fundamental changes. But there are things you can and cannot do. The society cannot change the weather. Well, it impacts the weather, but it cannot change the weather. It can't change solar flares, or it can't change alignments of planets, or the orbit of the Earth around the sun, and the tilt. The core of the Earth may be changing. The magnetic orientation may be changing. What was common to me as a Boy Scout, North and South Poles, may flip. It's happened before. They've seen it in the stratum, the geological stratums that have been checked. They see that the Earth has changed. It's moving around. Nothing to do about that. Does that affect weather? Of course. Does it affect it? It affects your. It affects you. It affects everybody. Affects all life. But what do you do as an individual? As an individual, it's the most important thing to think about how you act and acting towards the good. And then people say, what is the good? Well, you look on the internet or whatever. You say, what is good? What do I see there that is good? Do you know what is good? I think you do. I think everybody does. People who are not good people that make a living being bad know what good is. They have altered their course. They have altered their desire to be good and have chosen a way that is either facilitates their lifestyle or facilitates their income levels or whatever to promote something that may not be good. Criminals love their children in the majority. There are people, I mean, there's no absolutes. For one, people say, well, love is everything. Well, yeah, but there are no absolutes. People are different. There are people that don't understand love, whether you term that a mental aberration or not. They don't understand what it means. They don't understand. They cannot accept a loving force in their lives, nor does it change them. Empathy. We've heard a lot about that. What is empathy? Empathy means care about something else other than yourself, being associated with something else other than yourself. I empathize with this guy because he lost, $1 million. Well, in a certain way, that's true because that's your core, but you also don't empathize with the poor guy who lost $20. Now, this takes some thinking. All these things take thinking. It takes an awareness of yourselves to reach out and to develop thoughts which gravitate to a core value, the core value in you. It doesn't just boom, there it is. It takes work. And I'm not, here to put myself as some type of example. I don't know too many people that are examples. We, as Christians, people look at Christ as the prime example. Well, his advantage was that he was God. He was man and God, as the Christians believe. Many who may see this video may not care or understand that. It means nothing to them. Christ was just a historic figure. Understand that too. But look at what he did. Look at what happened. This individual, whether man, God, or just man, changed a world. And it's happened. It's not, his impact on Christianity throughout the world, is a wonder. But also look at what men did to what he taught. This is one of my biggest problems right now. I see no leaders coming out teaching the basic understanding of Christ. And I bring it down, I condense it to two things that he's taught. He taught many things, but two things primarily is my foundational issue. Acceptance, diversification, to allow others to be, to love others. And again, I've said this before, not in a romantic or cuddly or whatever sense. Respect. Respect them. Just respect them. As human beings. All going to one thing. Goodness. Not to heaven. Because not all people believe in heaven. Not to hell. Not all people believe in hell. But to good. The vast majority of people believe in good. Happiness. Just a decent way of life. Contentment. That's all. Simple. But is it? No, it's not, because other people are getting in the way of that. But anyway, this little clip was to start off to start off an idea that it's individuals make up a society. Both are critical. Both need goodness. Both need the love, the respect, the grace to deal with this. And I've mentioned the other thing, which is leadership. Leadership is servants. Be a servant, not a master. A leader is a servant. A leader guides. A leader directs, but for the purpose of serving those he leads. It's just simple. So I thank you for listening. I just wanted to start off this. I'm going to try to get more clips and more defined subject matter, but I did want to get something out, and I'm going to see if I can get it onto YouTube if I remember how the heck to do that. So my best wishes to all. Go to the good. Gravitate to the good. Everybody knows what their goodness is. It might not be always in your best interest. It might not satisfy all the appetites that people have, but they know what general goodness is and what selfishness is. They do know that. Take care. All the best.